With Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy retiring, people are now wondering what sort of pick Donald Trump will nominate for the Supreme Court. And a lot of the discussion has been focused on abortion. But according to a recent poll, that's not what voters really care about. So, this from the Daily Beast. Poll: voters want Trump's Supreme Court pick to limit corporate money in politics, not abortion. How about that? Now, I can't say that I'm very surprised by these results. So, money in politics is an issue that I think all sides understand. Left, right, center. Most people can get that money influences politicians. If a corporation gives you lots and lots of money for your campaign, that money isn't just given to you for for the fun of it. It's given to you because they expect a return on their investment. This is just basic. So it's not surprising to me that the majority of people want to see a Supreme Court pick that is going to overturn Citizens United. But, of course, Donald Trump is not going to nominate anyone like that because he represents the Republican Party, who has zero interest in getting money out of politics. And I get the Democratic Party is also terrible at that too. But there are at least some politicians within the Democratic Party that understand that money in politics is a serious issue. Or politicians like Bernie Sanders, who is independent, that understand that money in politics is really the greatest threat to American politics. Now, before I get any farther, I want to break down these numbers. So, by overwhelming majorities, voters in each political party said they opposed the Supreme Court's 2010 Citizens United decision to allow businesses and corporations to spend without limit on political campaigns. In all, 64% of respondents said they wanted Trump to pick a Supreme Court nominee who would, quote, limit the amount of money corporations and unions can spend on political campaigns. That included 70% of Democrats and a remarkable 67% of Republicans, alongside 60% of independents. Now, this, again, so these numbers make total sense to me. I'm actually surprised the number isn't a little higher, at least for Democrats. But most people clearly understand that money in politics is an issue. And I'm glad that unions are mentioned there. So, look, I support unions, but I also think that unions shouldn't be able to influence politicians with money. Nobody should be able to influence politicians with money. Politicians should be there to serve their constituents, serve their voters, serve the people in their state, in their district. So to have money really be the main factor right now that is driving how politicians vote in Congress and what issues they focus on is clearly a disease within the American political system. Now, let's get to abortion. So right now, the focus is solely on abortion. And I understand, because Donald Trump will likely pick a Supreme Court nominee that wants to overturn Roe v. Wade. But when you actually look at the data, is that what people want? So here we go. According to the Daily Beast Ipsos poll, 63% of voters said they did not want Trump to nominate someone who would make abortion illegal, while 29% said they did want that type of nominee. So, while 64% of people want a Supreme Court justice that will overturn Citizens United and help to get money out of politics, less than 30% of people want to see abortion made illegal. Yet, we all know what to expect from Donald Trump. He's not going to listen to the vast majority of voters, even Republicans who say they want Citizens United overturned. He's going to listen to that small, tiny fraction of 29% of people. Now, let me go through some more data that was collected in this poll. So, 61% said they did not want Trump to nominate someone who would overturn the court's gay marriage ruling, compared to 29% who favored that outcome. 58% said they did not want the president to nominate someone who would allow businesses to refuse services to clients on grounds that it violated their religious beliefs, compared to 32% who did. And 45% said they wanted the president to nominate someone who would give states the right to impose restrictions on gun ownership, compared to 43% who said they didn't. So, on every single one of these issues, whether it's money in politics, whether it's abortion rights, even whether it's gun ownership, more Americans than not lean progressive. The American people want to see a progressive Supreme Court pick from Donald Trump. And they are, unfortunately, absolutely not going to get that.